Hello everyone, today we'll be discussing a very short discussion on how to optimize your e-commerce SEO campaigns. So basically e-commerce SEO is one of the very powerful SEO or the marketing technique that can be applied to your e-commerce website, because not only your e-commerce website comprises of a large number of pages, but at times this can also have a lot of products and also categories likewise. Now it becomes a challenging task for various SEO experts like us and you to optimize an e-commerce campaign from the very root level, because not only handling a large number of pages is a challenge, but also maintaining a proper hierarchy is the ultimate agenda. So let us dive in and discuss more on the same. So the key difference between an e-commerce campaign and a normal SEO campaign is only that an e-commerce campaign have a lot of pages, and at the same time this can also have a lot of SKUs and also a lot of products and also a lot of categories. Now you really cannot disallow or de-index or block a lot of the categories, because sometimes that might not show your products well up to the search engines, and this can create a lot of hamper on your conversion rates and also on your business. So this becomes very important to optimize the e-commerce structure of an e-commerce campaign so that your SEO standard is not hampered and also the SEO statistics are well up to the mark. So let us explore some of the proven ways that can help you to achieve good and proven results for your e-commerce campaign today. The very first thing is always start with the keyword research from the root level. In short, for an e-commerce campaign, you need to have a diversification of a keyword. For example, you need to choose an exact match keyword for boosting up your competition. You need to have a long tail keywords for increasing your intent, and this is very important for increasing the buyer's persona, because a buyer need to be fully satisfied on their intent so that they can complete an action. And most important thing is a keyword should also have a lot of variations like the broad match modifiers or even the phrase match modifiers, so that like in an e-commerce campaign, whenever users does a search query, a wide variety of results can appear on the search, and that can give you a diversified portfolio of both traffic and also the search engine ranking. So for keyword ranking, make sure your keyword research is diversified. The next important factor is a proper competitor analysis. Now in e-commerce, working with the gaps is very important. In short, just following the gaps of your competitors and focusing within winning strategy to bypass or outrank your competitor is one of the essential areas that can save your time, money, and also your efforts in outranking your competitors. So this is where a proper competition research will have an essential play. So you can put down all of your competitors side by side, and then you can jot down all of the essentials parameters like the number of backlinks, number of keywords they have targeted, some of the loopholes which they are having, and etc. etc. So this depends upon the nature of your business and the metrics that you want to focus on, and then you can draw your correlation on what are the areas where your competitors are lacking, and you can bypass your competitors by following an enhanced strategy to overcome the shortcomings of your competitors. The next segment is for an e-commerce campaign. It is always essential to maintain a proper hierarchy, and that is the key success to an e-commerce SEO strategy. Now when I mean a hierarchy, I mean a flat architecture of your website, which means that your website should have a pillar page content strategy. If you have not watched our pillar page content strategy video, I have put the link in the description. You can look at that right after this video. So the thing is, none of the products or the categories should have a crossover or should have intertwined with each other, because in an e-commerce campaign it is very useful and it is very much advisable to make sure that all the categories follows a definite direction and there is no crossover with any of the other categories or product pages. So a flat hierarchy should be maintained and a proper topic clustering should be followed to avoid cannibalization and to avoid confusion both with the search engines and the users. Next, e-commerce campaign should be 100% responsible, because it has been proven that the number of mobile users operating for an e-commerce campaign exceeds that of the desktop users. So you need to make sure your site is responsive, your site loads fast on mobile devices, and most important thing, your site should not have any interactivity issues when it comes to the users while operating from their mobile devices. Last but not the least, for e-commerce campaign, it is also advisable to build gaps backlinking, also known as data-driven backlinking, by following what the competitors are building for their backlinking profile. In other words, you can take a list of all the backlinks that your competitor is building for their campaign, and you can also replicate similar backlinking model to bypass their strategies to adequate your campaign with enough link juice so that your search engine ranking can take an ultimate boost and you can have an diversified portfolio for an overall growth. And last but not the least, most important point is you need to optimize your category and the product pages, and this is one of the key factors that would set your campaign aside from rest of the campaigns. You need to really optimize your category pages so that you can block or disallow or allow or disallow certain categories which is required or not required as per your criteria, and at the same time none of your categories or product pages should be crossed over with any of the other product pages, because this can really cause deadly link juice draining for your campaign, which can be harmful. So product and category pages optimization is something that is very essential. And a bonus tip, e-commerce campaign always have product information or description, so always write useful and meaningful product descriptions and embed proper structured data or key schema markup that can enrich search engines like Google with proper vocabulary of what your product is all about and what is the inventory size and what is the collective information for your overall e-commerce product inventory as a whole. Now this is very important because this gives a lot of information to the search engines, and following the latest RankBrain and the Hummingbird algorithm model, this can really set your campaign aside from rest of the campaigns. Thanks for watching.